What's good, y'all? It's Swayze. We're doing some more work on the E36 drift build. Yesterday we welded up the driver's side floor. Well, in the last video, for me it was yesterday. And we ran out of gas on the last couple tacks. So I'm gonna finish those up. We still gotta do the passenger side, but I spent all day yesterday fabricating, so I wanna do something different. Now, in the mail today, I got these two bolts, which I'm gonna use for to bolt the rear shocks into the knuckles. And I got these two axle bolts because one got destroyed and this flange also got destroyed. So that's easy, just gotta throw them in. But for these, I gotta tap new threads into here. So I'll probably go ahead and get this out of the way and get started on this. Also went ahead and put a second coat of paint in the trunk, and I trimmed off some of the seam sealer on the roof. There were still two spots where I needed to fill in, so I got those drying now. Now these bolts are M12 by 1.5, and I'm gonna double check that with my tap and die set, but that's what they are. I'll just take this gauge, 1.5, that's it. And that's what the factory bolts were, so they're gonna fit in the factory threads, which are pretty much gone. It says the drill bit size you're supposed to use with that is 10.5 millimeters. I don't have that, but I have 29/64, which is the closest size they say. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that looks big, so I'm gonna double check my research on that. Okay, I just double checked, and 13/32 looks a little closer. Oh, it says right here 10.3 millimeters, 13/32. So when I looked it up just now, it looks like 10.3 is the better size for M12 by 1.5, and 10.5 would be better for like a M12 by 1.75. I'm not sure how that works, why you would use a thicker bit just because of the thread pitch, but sure. So this should be better size, and yeah, that looks a lot more accurate. So I'm gonna take this drill bit and I'm gonna drill a big old hole. Now, just to be clear, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, so let's get started. I don't know how much oil to use, so I'll just, that feels about right, and let's go. I feel like I'm going too fast. Can somebody comment and tell me why that's happening? But it looks like I got a decent amount where I can tap some new threads. It looks like about 3/8 of an inch in there. I know you guys can't see it, but it looks like about 3/8 of an inch. I'm gonna lube the tip, pause, and see if I can make this happen real quick. I'm not sure why that's happening, but yeah, coming out the other side, if I want to go all the way through, I'm gonna have to hit all of this. So I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna clean that off, get all that metal out, and get to work on tapping. Now, I'd love to use this 3/8 drive tap wrench, but I can't really figure out how to get it to work, because when you put a tap in there, these teeth, I guess, whatever, the things that grab onto it are not, they're not straight, they're like that. So no matter how much you tighten it, you really can't get the tap in there properly. I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong, but I can't find anything online about it. So, and it sucks because this is gonna keep hitting the control arm. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Gotta get it done. So I'm gonna just put some oil on it and get going. Oh, maybe it's not gonna hit the control arm. Maybe I'm okay. It's not going in straight. It's kind of difficult with the messed up threads. Oh, I think it caught now. I think we are in business. Oh, looks like I'm pretty much at the end. I can go a little bit deeper, but I don't know. Yeah, I think one more half a turn is gonna get me exactly where I want. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Because now we're at the point where it's hitting, it's hitting that metal that has not been drilled through. So that's as far as we're gonna get. We got some new threads. I'm gonna back it out and see how that bolt fits in there. We got one right here. So it needs to go about to there. Let's see. See if it'll do that. That's it. That's it right there. Okay, it's tight now, and the shock is tight. So it's not torqued, but it's tight, and it looks like we're not at the end of the threads. There's like one thread left. I barely made it. And if I go to shake up the shock, it ain't going nowhere. It's solid. Yeah, that shock is solid. So if I torque this now, hell yeah. People, that is fixed. If I lower this, it's as if it was meant to be that way. I mean, that's fixed, if I've ever seen it. So I'm gonna repeat this process on the other side. Other side is done and looking good. So that's no longer a problem. Now, I forgot to put the springs in, so I have to undo this. But it's done, so that's no longer a problem. Now we can drift. For my next trick, I'm gonna remove these front tie rods. Like I explained in a previous video, these tie rods need to be cut to make up for the knuckle adapters, and I'm gonna get new tie rods anyway because these on both sides are done. And since I'm gonna get new tie rods anyway, I'm not gonna bother struggling to take these apart, because this car is 32 years old and I can almost guarantee these have never been taken apart, or possibly haven't been adjusted in like 20 years. It's gonna be a bitch and a half to get this nut free. So I'm just gonna remove the whole tie rod. I got new tie rods on the way, which should be here. They should get delivered today, which means I can pick them up tomorrow. So I'm gonna take these out, so when the new ones come, I can cut them and throw them right in. Now this should be all I need to get the job done. If I just cut this zip tie like that, pull this back. Okay, so that nut's right there. So we got this nut here that needs to come out. Is this thin enough? Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I think I need a thinner wrench. This don't fit either. Now I have two of this same exact wrench, so I'm just gonna take this one and grind it down to fit. It's not quite fitting on there yet. Oh, I think that's working. Damn, it worked. Yes. See, if that didn't work, I would have had to run to Harbor Freight and grab a $200 wrench set. There we go. All right, so just like that, tie rods are out. Now, you can see here why I wanted to replace them, regardless of how seized that nut is. I mean, these are not in good shape. Both of them. Oh, this one actually sounds like there's sand in there. I don't know if that comes across on camera, but yeah, here they are. So I should have the new ones by tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Or I'm sorry, today's Tuesday, so tomorrow's Wednesday. So once I get the new ones, I gotta, well, I'll show you. I gotta cut them about right there, and the same length on the inner and outer. So once I do that, I can throw them in and make sure my alignment is straight enough. And then that's pretty much everything on the outside of the car done. Obviously, I'm gonna do an exhaust and bushings down the line, but just to get the car pretty much drift ready for now. The trunk is red now, so that's cool. I got the bottom too. I only did one coat on the bottom. I'll probably just leave it like that. I'm gonna finish off today with finishing up this piece of metal because I was doing these tacks and I ran out of gas. So I got more gas. All I gotta do is tack up this one piece, and then I'm gonna take about 30 seconds to think about whether I want to seal this up or not. Now the reason I might not is because you got places like in here and over here. I mean, there's a huge gap there that you know, as much as I seal up these seams, you know, things are still gonna come up through in there. Alright, so I just went over the tacks that didn't have any gas, or next to them I should say, not over them. Alright, so this floor is all done. Now I just gotta paint it. So I decided I'm not gonna seal it and I'm just gonna paint it. Reason for that is, you know, this car's not gonna see any road use. It's just gonna be on track. I could, you know, stay on top of any moisture or any debris that gets up in here. Also, I'm gonna replace this front section of the floor at some point. So yeah, it'll just make it easier if nothing's sealed up. But I am gonna paint it, and I'll do that right now. All right, so that's one coat of paint on the new floor. So I'll probably come back in the morning and hit it with another coat. That's gonna do it for this video. A bit of a shorter one, but we did get some important stuff done, mainly the threads on the rear knuckles. That was really important to get those shocks in, otherwise this whole project is for nothing. It was my first time ever using the tap and die set, so that was pretty cool. I'm glad it went smoothly and I figured it out pretty easily. I hope y'all are really enjoying this build series, because I know I am. This is by far the biggest project I've ever taken on, especially having a 1.5 week deadline. I'm definitely enjoying it. If y'all are too, stay tuned for more, because we got a few more things to get done before the end of this week, which is the floor. We gotta do what we did on the driver's floor. Same thing on the passenger side. We're gonna get this floor done. We're gonna get the half cage and the bucket seats in, and a few small things to button up in the interior. The outside is pretty much done. Let me know in the comments what y'all think of this build so far. I hope you're all looking forward to seeing this car go sideways finally. So thank y'all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.